بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والنجم إذا هوى ما ضل صاحبكم وما غوى وما ينطق عن الهوى إن هو إلا وحي يوحى علمه شديد القوى ذو مرة فاستوى وهو بالأفق الأعلى ثم دنا فتدلى فكان قاب قوسين أو أدنى فأوحى إلى عبده ما أوحى صدق الله مولانا العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا محمد وبارك وسلم عليه الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله. Ladies and gentlemen, today I am going to answer the questions which were offered to me, but I am not accustomed to answer the questions because I have got my own syllabus, my own program. According to my own program, I have to teach the contents of my mysticism, the Holy Qur'an, the prophetic traditions. If a person puts question just to divert my attention, so it would be a wastage of time for me. I know that most of the people are accustomed to waste the time of other people. And if I try to spend my time to the people who are nothing to do with Islam, so I would be just wasting my time. Therefore, I would not open the door of question and answer, because thus I would be wasting my time. I have got my set syllabus, set program. According to my own program, I am to arrange the meetings and deliver my lectures. But as far as the questions are concerned, which are to be answered today, I am going to answer the questions. Here, the main question revolves around the question, Allamahu Shadidul Quwa. The most powerful person taught him, Zu Mirra, who is very beautiful or who is omnipotential, very powerful. So, this verse of the Holy Quran is interpreted with this way, that Gabriel was to teach the Holy Prophet. Since he was teacher of the Holy Prophet, therefore we can say that Nabi Karim ﷺ, his pupil, and Gabriel was teacher, though this matter is disputed among the companions of the Holy Prophet. But research scholars say that this personal pronoun does not qualify Gabriel, because this is matter of above the Sidratul Muntaha. And there are traditions in Bukhari Sharif and Muslim Sharif which say that the teacher was not Gabriel. Teacher was just a worker, an orderly of the office of the Holy Prophet. His duty was to communicate the message, but as far as teaching is concerned, teaching was directly managed by Allah Himself. Because Quran says, وَعَلَّمَكَ مَا لَمْ تَكُنْ تَعْلَمْ. O my holy prophet, I taught you whatever you were not aware of. Means everything was taught by Allah Rabbul Izzat to Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam. Therefore, Allah can be teacher of Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam. Gabriel cannot be teacher of the holy prophet. Because here Quran says, وَالنَّجْمِ إِذَا هَوَى. I swear by the star when he declines down. مَا ضَلَّ صَاحِبُكُمْ وَمَا غَوَى. Your companion was not misled, neither did he deviated. And وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَى. He does not speak with his own will. إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَى. Whatever he says is the revelation of Allah. Here, certain scholars are of the opinion that Wa is a personal pronoun which qualifies the Holy Quran. Means the Quran was supported by this verse that Quran is not revealed or not fabricated, but everything is taught by Allah Rabbul Izzat, and Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam broadcasts the message of Allah, whichever is communicated to him, and it was not fabricated and it was not communicated by somebody else. And the Muslim scholars, the other Muslim scholars are of the view that this wa is a personal pronoun, qualifies Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam, which means that whether it is Holy Quran or the prophetic tradition, both of the kinds are revelation of Allah, and Nabi Kareem alayhi salatu wasalam even does not speak for his own desire, but when Allah allows him to talk, he talks. Allamahu Shadidul Qawa. And Gabriel cannot be called Shadidul Qawa in front of him, because when he was elevated above the Sidratul Muntaha, Gabriel could not accompany him. So when he was not in position to go with him, how can be called a teacher and more powerful than him? The more powerful Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam himself is. And I am going to explain the prophetic tradition from Muslim Sharif, which says that Gabriel was not teacher, because Nabi Kareem alayhi salatu wasalam was all alone, elevated above the Sidratul Muntaha, and Gabriel left behind. And all of the procedure which was mentioned here, which was explained here, were attempted when Nabi Kareem was elevated. Here, the tradition of Muslim chief says that when Nabi Kareem was elevated above the Sidratul Muntaha, Gabriel could not accompany him. And all of these things were mentioned above the Sidratul Muntaha. Here. This is Muslim Sharif, jil number 1 and page number 320. Everybody can see it. Unless you prove that Gabriel accompanied Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam and he was with him after Sidratul Muntaha, then you can prove that Allamahu Shadidul Qawa, it was Gabriel to teach Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam. But when Nabi Kareem alayhi salatu wasalam was elevated above the Sidratul Muntaha, he was all alone and Gabriel could not accompany him. How can you say that? After that, when he could not accompany him, he was teacher of him. Look, what a nonsense. Though this was maintained by great Muslim scholars, but when a thing is going against the dignity of Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam, even the companion of the Holy Prophet can, if says, we are not going to believe him. Just like Sayyida Aisha radhiyallahu anha says that Nabi Kareem alayhi salatu wasalam could not see Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam, but all of the Muslim scholars are against him, against this quotation. They say that even if she is wife of the Holy Prophet, she is mother of the total Muslims, but this tradition goes against the dignity of the Holy Prophet, therefore this is not believable. Hazrat Imam Ahmad radhiyallahu anhu was asked about the vision of Allah Rabbul Izzat by Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salam. He said, Ra'ahu, 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 Ra'ahu. As long as he could continue. He continued to say, Ra'aho, Ra'aho. Yes, he saw him. Yes, he saw him. Yes, he saw him. He was asked the question, how can you cross the opinion of Sayyidah Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha? You are not in position. He said, I am not going to cross the opinion of Sayyidah Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha. I am in position to cross the opinion of Sayyidah Aisha by the quotation of Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam. I have got a quotation. Here. The hadith says, Hazrat Anas ibn Malik radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he mentions the total procedure of elevation, the total ascension. Miraj Sharif is called ascension. The total ascension was explained by Hazrat Anas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. He said, Summa Zoheba bi ila Sidratul Muntaha. This is the clench of case. Summa Zoheba bi means Gabriel was not with me, I was all alone. When I was elevated above Sidratul Muntaha, I was all alone. When he was all alone, the procedure of teaching was adopted afterwards. When he was not with him, who was there to teach him? Understand? You can see. Zoheba bi ila Sidratul Muntaha. Faiza varakuha ka azan al filate wa iza samaruha kal kular. Then its leaves were just like the ear of the elephant, and its fruit was just like the main picture. قال فلما غشيها من أمر الله ما غشيها فلما غشيها من أمر الله ما غشيها. When something covered all of Sidratul Muntaha which cannot be explained. This is the Ma of Mukhtar Mani. Alayhi ma alayhi. When something cannot be accommodated in the explanation, that is always interpreted by Ma. This is that Ma. وَغَشِيَهُ فَلَمَّا غَشِيَهَا مِنْ أَمْرِ اللَّهِ مَا غَشِيَهَا تَغَيَّرَتْ. When it was covered by something which cannot be explained, it is quite totally impossible for me to elucidate or to expound. I cannot draw the picture of that vision. That was very, very difficult to explain. Means there were many mobs and throbes and kites and like the birds which were made of the gold. Means there was a light and a decoration was made on Sidratul Muntaha, and they were just like flickering. Zarkbark, they were flickering. And they were twinkling. تغيرت, it was totally changed. I was not in position to understand it. فما أحد من خلق الله يستطيع أن ينعتها من حسنها. No one is from the creature of Allah in position to explain the beauty of that scene. But I was all alone. فأوحى إلي ما أوحى. Here, Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam explains that it was not Gabriel. I was there. فأوحى. If you try to mean Gabriel, so what will you interpret when you say فأوحى إلى عبده? Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam can be called Abd of Hazrat Gabriel? No. In addition to that, you will have to believe that Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was advented and sent to the totality of the creature. Ursiltu ila al-khalqi kafa. Utitu khamsan lam yutahunna ahadun qabli. The last sentence is Ursiltu ila al-khalqi kafa. I was sent to the total creature. So Gabriel would be included in the total creature or not? Would be clear? Is it possible for a follower, for a ummati to exceed the knowledge of the Prophet? No. It means that the Prophet was useless for him. No. And the main job of the Prophet is yu'allimukumul kitaba wal hikmah. The main job of the Prophet is to teach the book. When Gabriel is teacher of Muhammad Mustafa, what is the benefit of sending of Muhammad Mustafa to Gabriel? Understand? Subhanallah. Gabriel is not aware of Allah. He will have to look through Muhammad Mustafa Otherwise, what is the meaning? Zoheba bi ila sidratul muntaha means it was not possible for Gabriel to go beyond that. What is the cause of nomination of sidratul muntaha? Al muntaha means the last barrier for the angel. Muntaha means last and final. The last barrier means that is the last and final barrier for the angels. Angels are not in a position to cross that barrier. It was possible only for Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam. It was not crossed by any person or any angel or any or Gabriel or any other prophet. It means that the last and final barrier for the creature was that place. Nabi Kareem alayhi salatu wasalam, when crossed the bar, then Allah fa'awha ilayya ma awha, then Allah Rabbul Izzat revealed whatever he revealed to me. Means Gabriel is not aware. And Hazrat Imam Badruddin Zarkashi Rahmatullah explains the kinds of the revelation. He says that revelation means to send the message secretly, sometimes by indication, sometimes by tongue, sometimes by the wrinkles of the forehead, sometimes by the written way, but sometimes by through an angel, and sometimes at the time of meeting. Sometimes revelation is made by the conversation, but without vision, without seeing. Just Moses, may grace and peace of Allah be upon him. Was Gabriel in between? No, he was not mediator between both of them. The conversation of Moses with Allah was held directly. Gabriel was not in position to interfere, though he was inquisitive to know the contents of the conversation. Matil kabi yameenika ya Musa, everything was told. Matil kabi yameenika ya Musa, kala hiya asai atawakkau alayya wa hushu biha ala ghanami wa liya fiha ma'arib ukhra. The total conversation was disclosed, and Gabriel came to know that such and such things were explained or exchanged between Allah and Kalimullah alayhi salatu wasalam. But when the time of Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam came, he was as usual inquisitive to know the contents of the conversation of Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam to Allah Rabbul Izzat. Allah said, فَأَوْخَى إِلَىٰ عَبْدِهِ مَا أَوْخَى. You are not in position to touch the contents of my conversation. This is a mystery. This is a mysterious matter. This is a mysterious matter. This is not a conversation of Moses, may grace and peace of Allah be upon him, with Allah Rabbul Izzat. This is a conversation of beloved to the beloved. Therefore, you are not allowed to interfere, to come in between. Intervention is not acceptable. Here, the continuity, the statement goes on. فَفَرَضَ عَلَيَّا خَمْسِينَ صَلَاةً. Here, the verses of the Holy Quran are explained. Means this is a context. If you believe that the subject of Allamahu is Gabriel, then you will have to believe that the subject of this total statement is also Gabriel. And this cannot be fit. Because the obligation of the prayer is not a right of Gabriel. This is a right of Allah. Allah can oblige the five prayers. Nabi Kareem alayhi salam reports the matter that when I was all alone, Gabriel was not with me, and I was in a private meeting with Allah, then Allah made revelation whatever he made, and he obliged me with 50 prayers a day. But if you believe that Gabriel was also there, when he came back, he happened to meet with Moses, may grace and peace of Allah be upon him. He should be interpreted by the Gabriel, but Gabriel was not there. And he came and went back, came and went back, came and went back. This repetition was made for many times. This was just to establish the fact that, oh Moses, you were allowed to talk to me, but you were bound to choose the proper time suggested by Allah. Allah was not bound to listen your conversation whenever you like, but it was exclusive right of Allah to give you the appointment according to the appointment of Allah, you were allowed to come. But here, no appointment was made. It means that if a foreigner comes in house of a person, he has to make an appointment. He has to take the permission for coming in. But when a person is himself is householder, he is owner of the house, he does not require any permission for coming in. Oh my holy prophet, you are owner of this house, therefore you can come and go without any previous permission. There was a very simple person, Sai Nazam, resident of Tokla Lial, near Chaklala. He says, Parda yaar tu yaar Nazam ki hai. Parda yaar tu यार निजाम की है, अंदर बाहर तेरा अंदर बाहर आ जा. ففرض علي 50 صلاة في كل يوم وليلة. So if you believe that the subject of Allama is Gabriel, then you will have to believe that the subject of obligation of the prayer is also Gabriel, which is totally wrong. And the previous statement shows that Nabi Kareem was not accompanied by Gabriel. Gabriel was left beneath Sidratul Muntaha, and this conversation was held above Sidratul Muntaha. Therefore, he has got no connection with him. Dana Fatadallah, here again they say that Gabriel came near to Muhammad Mustafa. This is totally wrong, because I am going to quote the tradition of Bukhari Sharif, which shows that Gabriel did not come near to Muhammad Mustafa. Allah himself was to come near. This is Bukhari, second volume, and page number 1120, which shows that it was not Gabriel to come near to Muhammad Mustafa, Dhana Fatadallah, because the person who claims that Allamahu, this practice was made by Gabriel, he has to say that Gabriel was to come near to Muhammad Mustafa, but the text of Bukhari denies it, contradicts it. Here he says, Summa ala bihi fawqa dhalika bima la ya'lamuhu illa Allah. Then Allah Rabbul Izzat elevated him above Sidratul Muntaha, which was not known to anybody else in the world except Allah. Only Allah knows. Now look, when Gabriel is a teacher of Muhammad Mustafa, he should have asked from A to Z above Sidratul Muntaha. He should have asked Gabriel, please let me know, please give me A to Z, just to know the way. Which way is to be followed? Where way should I go through? But here Bukhari says, Summa ala bihi fawqa dhalika bima la ya'lamuhu illa Allah. When Nabi Kareem was elevated above Sidratul Muntaha, it was not known, the details of that journey was not known by any creature in the world except Muhammad Mustafa and Allah himself. The particulars of the next journey should have been known by Muhammad Mustafa from Gabriel, if Gabriel were the teacher of Muhammad Mustafa. But he says that I never went beyond this point. So therefore the instruction cannot be obtained, cannot be received from him, because he is not aware. When Nabi Kareem went beyond that point, it means that Gabriel was not aware, but Muhammad Mustafa was aware. So the knowledge of the Holy Prophet and that of Gabriel can be differentiated by this example. The example of knowledge of Muhammad Mustafa shows and establishes that the Prophet is a prophet of Gabriel as well. But Gabriel doesn't know what is going to happen beyond that point. Here, Hadith says, وَدَنَا الْجَبَّارُ Here, come here please. Yeah, come here. This is Bukhari. Dana fatadallah. They say that the subject of Dana is also Gabriel. Here, Danal Jabbaro, Rabbul Izzat fatadallah. Allah, Rabbul Izzat himself came nearer to Muhammad Mustafa and wanted to become nearer to him, because the love was not letting him be away from Allah Rabbul Izzat. Understand? Here it was expressly stated that Danal Jabbaro. The practice of Dunu, the practice of coming near was attempted, was practiced, was acted upon by Allah Rabbul Izzat himself. Now you can see. Understand? So this is Bukhari Sharif, which says that the practice of coming near was not attempted by Gabriel, but Danal Jabbaro, Allah Rabbul Izzat himself come near to him. Understand? Now, there are certain other questions that he says that he refers to the verse of the Holy Quran. لو كنت عالم الغيبة لاستكثرت من الخير وما مسني السوء. If I had known the unseen secret, I would have collected a lot of wealth and no evil would have touched me. This is the translation of this verse. But we shall ask what you are trying to prove. The negation of the unseen secret by Muhammad Mustafa, this cannot be proved, because this is hypothetical sentence. Qaziyya, shartiyya, muttasila, luzumiyya. Hypothetical sentence. The proper way to achieve the logical deduction, you will have to negate the subsequent. Since I have got no wealth and I could not be saved from the evil, therefore I don't know the unseen secret. This sentence cannot be said, because Nabi Karim had a great of wealth. For instance, when Nabi Karim conquered Khaybar, Nabi Karim got 2 gardens, well irrigated. Every inch of that area was irrigated, and so many vegetables and other crops were cultivated there. And at least there were 2 vast gardens of the palm trees, producing thousands of rupees or dirham or dinar yearly. And then when he come to Fadak, he got that area as well. And when Nabi Karim migrated from Mecca Sharif to Medina Tayyiba, acres and acres of cultivated land was consecrated, Nazrani ke taur par dena, was consecrated to Muhammad Mustafa by the companion of the Holy Prophet. Subhanallah. And then he conquered an area which is called Ghaba. Many murabbas of the land was possessed by Muhammad Mustafa, because that was also Mali fair. And there was a person who was Jew, and he said that if I die, if I martyred in Ukhad Sharif, my 7 gardens of the vegetables and 7 gardens of the palm trees would be possessed by Nabi Karim because I am issueless. And since he was martyred in Ukhad Sharif, therefore Mukhairik, his name, the name of Jews was Mukhairik. The 7 irrigated garden were possessed by Muhammad Mustafa on behalf of Mukhairik. He embraced Islam on the same day, and he was martyred on the same day. Therefore, 7 garden of that person was also possessed by Nabi Kareem Alayhi Salam. Now, let me know whether he collected a lot of wealth or not. And when Banu Qurayza and Banu Nazir, they were exiled from Medina Tayyibah, since their land was also possessed by Muhammad Mustafa Alayhi Salam, and they are defined as Male Fa. Male Fa is directly possessed and is a property of the ruler of the country. Therefore, the area which is beyond the mountain, which is nearby the railway station of Medina Tayyibah, that total area was possessed and owned by Muhammad Mustafa Alayhi Salam. Now let me know whether Nabi Kareem Alayhi Salam collected the wealth or not. And Nabi Kareem Alayhi Salam said, Lo sheto la sarat maiya jabalu zab. Collected or not? Otitul Kanzain Bukhari, Otitul Kanzain Al Akhmar wal Abyad. The total, the reservoirs of, the treasuries of the silver and gold were given to me. Collected or not? Wallahu yuti wa inna ma ana qasimun. Whatever is granted by Allah for the creature, I am to distribute. Collected or not?
Subhanallah. Subhanallah.
So this is the proof. That's Nabi. And ma masaniya su. Su is mostly used in the Quranic text for shirk. Means if I had known the unseen secret, the shirk, the infidelity or paganism, idolatry. The two words are used for shirk. Idolatry or paganism. Paganism would not have touched me. Did paganism touch Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Never. Both of the conditions were found. So what is the way to achieve the result? You will have to say walakin. Huh?
Subhanallah.
This is kasi istisnai. Huh? Hypothetical syllogism. This is called in English hypothetical syllogism. You will have to attach but I have collected the wealth, and I have been saved from the evil. So it means that I know the unseen secret.
Subhanallah.
But if you negate that, Nabi Kareem Alayhi Salam could not be given the great wealth. Quran says, Anzalallahu alayka al-kitab
Subhanallah.
wal hikmah wa 'allamaka ma lam takun ta'lam. Allah has revealed the book towards you and the wisdom as well. Wa man yu'tal hikmata faqad utiya khairan kaseera. Lastakthartu min al-khair. If I had known the unseen secret, I would have collected the great wealth. Quran says, Anzalallahu alayka al-kitab wal hikmah. This is a minor premise. Allah has revealed to you the book, the hikmat. This is sughra, minor premise. Minor premise means sughra. And kubra, man yutal hikmata faqad utiya khairan kaseera. This is kubra, major premise. Major premise is, man yutal hikmata faqad utiya khairan kaseera. Whosoever was given the hikmah, he was given khair kaseer. Nabi Kareem Alayhi Salam said, if I had known the unseen secret, I would have collected khair kaseer. Quran says khair kaseer was given to you. Understand? And the next question is, Nabi Kareem Alayhi Salam doesn't know what is going to happen with himself or with his followers. So the verse of the Holy Quran can be referred in this connection. La adri ma yuf'alu bi wa la bikum. I am the prophet of Allah, but I don't know what is going to happen to you or to myself. How you are going to deal with or myself. So this is the verse of the Holy Quran, but unfortunately, this is abrogated one. This was abrogated. When Nabi Kareem Alayhi Salam said, Allama Abdul Rahman Damishki, Rasala Dar Sukha Mansukh, these were abrogated by the verse of the Holy Quran. Inna fatahna laka fathan mubina liyaghfira laka Allahu ma taqaddama min dhanbika. My holy prophet, whosoever attaches himself, affiliates himself to you, he would be pardoned. I will never consider the volume of the sins, the caste, the area, the country, the name, the caste, the bank balance. Just we shall see his affiliation with you. If he is affiliated with you, howsoever sinful he is, but he would be pardoned. This verse is abrogating that verse. And in addition to that, وَلَا سَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرْضَى. How one can say that Nabi Kareem ﷺ is not aware about his own end or the end of his followers when Allah says, "Oh my holy prophet, I swear." This lam is kasmiya. But this lam can be objected as a kasmiya, because there is a rule when lam qasam comes in front of the present indefinite tense, noon ta'keed sakila should be attached in the last. But here noon ta'keed sakila was not attached, therefore this lam is not for qasam. But this is totally wrong, because the opinion of Hazrat Qadir, he says that when there's anything intervening between the lame qasam and the present indefinite tense, then this liability is not imposed. That law can be exempted. Just like la ilallahi turja'ul umur. This lam is bil ittifaq, admittedly lame qasam. But la ilallahi was intervening between the present indefinite tense and lame qasam. Therefore, this liability was removed, was exempted. So here means, I swear by your Lord. Wala sawfa yu'tika rabbuka. Oh my holy prophet, I swear by you or by your Lord. The oath is always attempted with two things: are highly venerable, respectable, or highly beloved, The Nabi Kareem ﷺ was mostly sweared by Allah, just like Allah says, La uqsama bihazal balade wa anta hillum bihazal balad. Oh my holy prophet, I swear by this town, but not on account of town, not on account of Kaaba, not on account of Hijr, not on account of Hajr Aswad, not on account of Safa Marwa, not because of Mataf, not because of Maqam Ibrahim. I am swearing just because your hujra, your small room is situated here. This is why there is a dispute among the Muslim scholars whether Makkah Sharif is preferable or Medina Tayyibah. But the Islamic lawyers, especially the jurisprudential scholars, they are of the opinion that the cause of priority of Mecca was the residence of Muhammad Mustafa. As long as Muhammad Mustafa was residing in Mecca, Mecca was preferable. But when he shifted, when he moved from Mecca to Medina, the same position was assumed by Medina Tayyibah. Now Medina Tayyibah is preferable to Mecca. He says, "Wala sawfa yu'tika rabbuka fatarda." Oh my holy prophet, I swear by you that Allah will please you. Yani, your right is to get annoyed, and my responsibility is to please you. This competition would be seeing worthy. The people on the judgment day will see you and enjoy the scene that you are getting annoyed and I am pleasing you. So this procedure was known by Muhammad Mustafa according to the Quranic verses or not. It means that Nabi Kareem was fully aware about every person, what is going to happen with him. And in addition to that, the text of Bukhari Sharif says that Nabi Kareem has got right. For instance, once upon a time, Hazrat Anas radhiyallahu anhu says that we were coming out of the mosque and all of a sudden a person appeared there. He said, "Mata saatu ya Rasulullah." Oh my holy prophet, let me know when the judgment day will commence. Nabi Kareem sallallahu ma adattalaha. Let me know, what have you prepared for the judgment day? Have you done a lot of prayers? Have you made many charities? Did you perform many pilgrimage? He said, Ya Rasulullah, Ma adatullah min kasir salatin wala sawmin wala sadaqa. Oh Ya Rasulullah, I did not do many prayers. There was a malang in Sialkot. A person asked him, Hasan Shah ji, तुसी रोजे कितने रख रहे हो? ने कहा साथों रोजे मुझे नहीं रहते, अब हम मर के खोजे पूरे करी जाते। वो मजदूर दरवेश थे ना, साथों रोजे मुझे नहीं रहते, अब हम मर के खोजे पूरे करी जाते। Nabi Kareem when asked him about the volume of his liturgical activities about his ibadat, about his worshipping, he said, Ma adatullah min kasir salati wala sawmin wala sadaqa. Or Rasulullah, I did not collect many prayers and many fasts and many other charities. Walakinni uhibbullah wa rasulah. But I love Allah and His apostle. Nabi Kareem did not say, your love is false, bogus, because your practice is not good. You are not accurate Muslim because your mustaches are not properly shaved. And your pajama is not properly elevated. These questions were not made by Muhammad Mustafa. He said, love is love. Love is not rejectable. I don't reject love. Al-maru ma'aman hab. Everybody would be with the person whom he loves. Since you love me, where I am, you will have to be there. And in Tirmidhi Sharif, there is a tradition reported by Hazrat Qadir Sharif, and the same tradition was reported by Hazrat Qadi Ayyas Rahmatullah in Kitab al-Shifa fi Tarif Kukul Mustafa, volume 2, and the chapter of love for the Holy Prophet. Hazrat Qadir reports Nabi Kareem as to have caught the hand of Hassan and hand of Hussein and said, Man ahabbani wa ahabba hazaini wa ahabba abahuma wa ummahuma kana ma'iya fi darajati yawm al-qiyamah. Aw kama qala alayhi salatu wasalam. He caught the hand of Imam Hassan and hand of Imam Hussein and said, who is reporter of the tradition? Hazrat Maula Murtaza. According to Bukhari Sharif, which one is the top priority tradition which was reported by Hazrat Imam Zainul Abidin, and he reports his father or his uncle Hazrat Imam Hussain to have reported, Imam Hassan or Imam Hussain, and they report Hazrat Qadir to have reported this tradition from Muhammad Mustafa. This is the most reliable channel of authority. The most reliable channel of authority in the light of law, impugnment and justification. Zero Tadil. Law of impugnment and justification. Under the law of impugnment and justification, this is the top criterion channel of authority, that Hazrat Imam Hussain, Hazrat Imam Zainul Abidin makes a report from Hazrat Hassan or Hussain. He makes report from Hazrat Qadir, and he makes a report from Muhammad Mustafa. And this tradition was reported by Hazrat Qadir Sharif Khudar. He said that Nabi Kareem was seen doing like that. He said, whosoever loves me and loves these two persons and loves their parents without any other condition, he would be elevated into my class and he would be provided with the facilities of my class. Not only be pardoned, but he would be facilities of my class. Look, love is really very mushkil kusha, can solve the problems. Love is a love. This is why the people mostly try a good person for bath. They say that even if I am a third class person, but I should choose a person who is first class person, because on account of his love I would be put in the first class on the judgment day. But the classes of other people are dubitable. The class of Imam Hassan or Imam Hussain or Khatun Jannat Maula Murtaza, they are not dubitable. Whosoever loves them would be put with them. Subhanallah. This cannot be said that Nabi Kareem was not aware. Don't look here, because there are certain questions which are to be answered.
Subhanallah. MashaAllah.
P. Baba is looking here and there. और किसी दे वल्ले तानू तक्कर मोल नहीं देना.
Subhanallah.
हाँ.
Subhanallah.
He says that the Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is not aware of the situation and personal character of the Ummah. Therefore, he is not Hazir Nadir. But unfortunately, he has got no reasoning, no authority to establish this fact. But on the contrary, I have got authority. For instance, this issue would be decided on the Judgment Day. Firstly, the belief of a Sunni person would be established, and then Judgment Day would start. This is the main issue. When the people would be going to appear in the court of Allah, they will assemble somewhere. They will say that, please, we should choose a person to represent us in the court of Allah. And this would be consensus of the total participant of Judgment Day. Even the infidels, the pagans, the Jews, the other non-Muslims, they would agree that a person who is a good person should be chosen to represent us in the court of Allah. But these people who are mostly with their beds on their shoulder, who say that no one else should be contacted and no one should intervene between Allah and his slave, but a slave should go directly to Allah, they would also be there. But they will never say anything. They will say that this is a good suggestion, that a person should be chosen for the representation of us in the court of Allah. Here, Imam Ibn Hajar Asqalani Rahmatullah says that when there would be no publicity, no advertisement, no media, no radio, no TV, nothing else, how would the people hit upon the thought that a person should be chosen for the representation? They said this is an idea, the author of which is Sunni. That at the time of calamity, at the time of any disaster, a good person, a pious person should be chosen, should be contacted. They would agree. And they would go directly to Adam alayhi salatu. Why? No other prophet would be chosen for this contact. Why would they go there directly? Here, Imam Hazrat Asqalani says that factually, all of the other prophets are disputed about their prophethood. But no one has got any dispute about the prophethood of Adam. Adam is admitted prophet. Everybody believes in him as a prophet. They would go there. And they would start their work from here. And they will come to know Ibrahim alayhi Musa alayhi Isa alayhi, and consequently Jesus would say that this is a job of Muhammad Mustafa alayhi, only this person can do, no one else can do. Nabi Kareem alayhi would see the people coming towards his court. He said, Ana laha. The job you are trying to be solved by a person, this is my exclusive job. No one else is there to participate in this job. Nabi Kareem alayhi would say, oh my Lord, please give the chance to the Prophet to appear in your court. Please. Allah would say, oh, Prophet can come. When the Prophet would come, now here, all of the people admittedly and consensusly came to Muhammad Mustafa because in the last they were going to the same quotation which this person is saying, that Nabi Kareem doesn't know. This chance was also available for them. But when they started from Adam and came to Muhammad Mustafa, it means that they certified Muhammad Mustafa as their a perfect representative. No, they cannot refuse that we are not going to believe in him, because the total consensus of the total creature was achieved by Muhammad Mustafa. Therefore, the authority of Muhammad Mustafa was was certified by them. Now, in the coming time, they cannot object the honesty or the credibility of Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam. When the Prophet appeared in the court of Allah, they will say, "Oh, our Allah, we have communicated the message you gave to us." And the people who were to receive and practice the message of the Prophet, they will refuse. They will say that, "No, totally wrong. He is telling a lie." Then Allah will say that, "Oh Prophet, I would like you to bring the witness to establish the fact that you have communicated the message." They will say that, "Inna alaykum al-hafizina kiraman katibina ya'lamuna ma taf'alun." Your angel can provide the evidence, and the angel will come and say the prophets are in the right and the refusers, the infidels are in the wrong. They are telling a lie. Really, Nabi Kareem alayhi salatu wasalam, every Nabi has communicated the message to his followers, but they did not practice, they did not recognize him. Then they say, "Oh my Lord, please give us the chance. Please look at me." The audience think that we are 1,000 in number. He cannot be attentive to us. But really, I check the responsive attitude, whether the people are responding me or not. When the evidence and witness of the angels would be produced in the court of Allah, they will object. They will criticize the evidence of the angels. They say, "Oh my Lord, you know, أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا مَن يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا وَيَسْفِكُ الدِّمَاءَ." They have criticized us before our creation. So there is an enmity between us and them. They are our enemy. And the evidence of enemy against an enemy is not acceptable in the court of justice. Therefore, the evidence of the angel would be rejected. Then Allah will say, يَوْمَ نَخْتِمُ عَلَىٰ أَفْوَاهِهِمْ وَتُكَلِّمُنَا أَيْدِيهِمْ وَتَشْهَدُ أَرْجُلُهُم بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. I shall stamp your mouth, and your hand and your feet will produce with the evidence. They would say that, "Oh my Lord, let us talk about our hand and feet as well." What is the talk? They would say that there is a law of gift. When a donor mean wahib, donor makes a gift to the donee, mohub lahu. The gift is completed when these things are written and the possession in fact is delivered to the donee. Oh our Lord, you are donor, we are donee, and these are gifts. You wrote down in the book that these are mine, and then you handed over them to us. So the gift was completed, and there is a law. When a gift is made, the donor cannot use the gift without the previous permission of the donee. Oh our Lord, we are possessing in fact. Without our permission, these gifts cannot be used. Therefore, the evidence of hand and feet would also be rejected. Then Allah would say, "Kafa billahi shahida." Allah is enough witness. They would say, "Our Lord, this is a court of justice. Please, let us say something." We have got an objection against you as well. What is that objection? The objection is, a ruler, a judge cannot be witness. If he becomes witness, he is really dismissed from the post of the judge. If you want to be a witness, please, you will have to resign the post of judge. Then the evidence of Allah would also be rejected. Then وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ. Then the follower of the Holy Prophet would be adduced in the court of Allah. They would say that the Prophet are in the right and these persons are bogus and they are telling a lie and they are infidels and refusers. They got enough chance to accept the message of the Prophet and to practice it, but intentionally they neglected it, therefore they should be penalized. They would say that, "Oh my Lord, give us the right to object, to criticize this evidence." Then, وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا. The Holy Prophet would come and would be witness for them. What is the witness? This is the clinch of case. Would you pay your full attention? If you pay full attention, inshallah, in whole of the life, you would not need for Hazir Nazir omnipresence. Hazir Nazir omnipresence. Huzur or Nuzur. Omnipresent Hazir Nazir. Omnipresence, Huzur or Nuzur. You will never in need of the proof of omnipresence. Nabi Karim Sallallahu would be adduced in the court of Allah. He would say, my Ummah is in the right. This is justification and rectification of the witness. If a person rectifies or justifies a witness and says, I don't know his personal life, I don't know his private life, I don't know where he was born, I don't know what he's belonged to, I don't know his belief, I don't know his intention. So can he be a witness to rectify or justify or confirm the character, the behavior, the ideology, the knowledge? No, not at all. Nabi Karim Sallallahu would say, I know this person, this is a good person, I know his private life. Otherwise, this evidence cannot be accepted. Nabi Karim Sallallahu would appear in the court of Allah and he will give the witness the evidence about every person, his private life, so much so that Shah Abdul Aziz Sahab, Muhaddis Delvi, writes in Tafsir Azizi, Hazrat Allama Ismail Aqi Afandi Rahmatullah writes in Tafsir Ruhul Bayan, Nabi Karim is aware of every action and omission of every ummati. And he knows the status of his belief, his iman, his degree in the spirituality, his nearness to Allah, and his pros and cons, all of the favorite are disfavoring the facts are known by the Holy Prophet. When the total life of everybody would be expressed by the Holy Prophet in the court of Allah, then the evidence of Ummati would be accepted. According to you, Hazur Nabi Karim was not Hazir Nazir. If he were not Hazir Nazir, the infidels, the sister, the family member of your on Judgment Day would say that he was not Hazir Nazir, but they would not say that he was not Hazir Nazir. It means that the masla, the question of Hazir Nazir would be certified first, and then the judgment of Judgment Day would start. So you are very, very lucky person that your principle would be adopted and certified, and it would be justified in the court of Allah. Then the judgment of Judgment Day would start. This is the answer to that question, that Nabi Karim is not Hazir Nazir.
Nare Takbir, Nare Risala, Nare Hadri, Nare Gausiya, Mufakkir Islam,
I think
Jamaat Ahle Sunnah.
I think now it is time for the Isha prayer, and the questions made to me were answered. Therefore, I don't want to say anything more because these people look to be very urgent.